Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and boy oh boy do I have some news to cover here in today's video. Now this news may be perceived as good or bad depending on how you want to look at it, because I'm sure some of you may really enjoy this kind of a thing, whereas others are going to absolutely hate this, and we also have some details about how absurdly Activision have been milking Black Ops 6, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. So, a while ago it was leaked that Call of Duty 2025, otherwise known as Black Ops 7, will be expanding upon Omni movement in a number of ways, alongside new animations and changes to the body shield mechanic. Wall running and wall jumping will reportedly be coming to the game. This has been confirmed by several leakers and industry insiders, with the Ghost of Hope claiming that wall running in Black Ops 7 will look a bit more like this as compared to what we had back during Black Ops 3. So a bit slower, maybe a bit more realistic, but still, at the end of the day, we're still talking about wall running returning to the Call of Duty franchise. Well, today, leaks have started to appear on social media showing what this wall running might look like, and here is going to be that footage. So here we can see the player with no weapon equipped, interestingly enough, running alongside the buses here in Warzone. Now exactly how they're doing this, I really have no idea. I mean, it could be a mod, it could be something that they created on their own and they're posting it to TikTok for clout, or it could be something that they found within the Call of Duty HQ, since everything and anything is essentially just buried under a pile of code in there, and eventually it's going to be found by the player base. Whatever the case may be, this may, and I stress that word here, may very well be the wall running that we see within Call of Duty 2025. I imagine we're still going to be able to have our guns out while we do this, because that's just a very Call of Duty mechanic, and it also looks like the player was not able to jump from one bus to the other without touching the ground. This also doesn't really show the length at which you can wall run. I mean, if it's meant to be mildly realistic, then it probably won't be much further than the length of these buses, but even then, the very notion of having this mechanic in Call of Duty 2025 is going to be divisive for the player base, because on the one hand, some people love movement here within the COD franchise, and this of course will add quite a bit to that, but on the other hand, with skill-based matchmaking already being cranked up to infinity, and people already just butt-sliding around everywhere, to throw in wall running like this on top of that is just going to make the game feel more chaotic and even more cracked out. What we see here seems to be a combination of maybe like Titanfall movement meets Black Ops 3 movement, and the argument might be, hey, you know, we had wall running back in Black Ops 3 and that wasn't so bad, but that's just it, man. Like, that was Black Ops 3. That game came out in 2015, roughly 4 years before skill-based matchmaking took over. There was a lot of grumbling back in the day about how Advanced Warfare supposedly had skill-based matchmaking, but I think it's pretty clear that whatever was going on back then is absolutely nothing like the matchmaking manipulation that we've been seeing since the crossplay and Warzone era started. Part of what made Black Ops 3 so great was the matchmaking wasn't fixed. It was based on your connection and pretty much nothing else, and so while yes, we did have specialists and wall running and all that stuff, it really didn't matter, and fans were still able to have fun without the game deliberately trying to screw them over at every single turn. I don't know about you guys, but when I play Black Ops 6, I already have enough people butt sliding and slide canceling and jump shotting all over the map, so you're telling me that next year I'm gonna have to deal with all of that once again, along with people running on the walls. Like, where does it end? All these things on their own are fine, we've dealt with them in the past, but we have never had to deal with movement like this alongside thick skill-based matchmaking, or at least the matchmaking that we've been dealing with over the course of the past couple of years. If nothing changes about the matchmaking, then COD 2025 is going to be even worse than Black Ops 6. Like, just straight up mark my words here. By cranking up the movement even more, lobbies are just going to be even sweatier, and if there's one thing that Black Ops 6 has taught us, it's that fans are straight up fed up with this shit, man. Like, a new game with new maps and new guns isn't going to matter or even last all that long if the same issues keep persisting year after year. We've even heard that COD 2025 will feature mostly map remakes from Black Ops 2, and I'm actually kind of worried about that, because the legacy of those maps is going to be tarnished, because for a lot of them, they've never been remastered, right? We haven't really seen them properly in about 13 years, so our first experience back on a lot of those classic Black Ops 2 maps will just be lobbies full of wall running and butt sliding and skill-based matchmaking and all the other bullshit that is pushing people away from this franchise. Now, there's obviously a lot of time between now and launch, and everything, of course, is subject to change, and it's possible that this wall running footage here isn't an exact representation of what wall running is going to be like within the game, but just looking at this right here, man, it has me thinking to myself, COD 2025 isn't even going to be remotely fun to play, is it? Like, it sounds like it's going to be like Black Ops 6, but somehow even sweatier, and given the state of the Call of Duty franchise right now, and with Black Ops 6 losing players at a record pace and having the lowest player retention numbers ever, I can only imagine adding something like this to the game is only going to further push players away and have COD 2025 take up the mantle as the new lowest played Call of Duty game ever. I suppose we are just going to have to wait wait and see how it plays out, but one thing I am sure of when it comes to COD 2025 is that Activision is going to milk the holy shit out of that game, which is why I wanted to present to you guys today just how bad the Black Ops 6 shop has gotten. So today they released this new Archie bundle in the shop, and we all know about all the other nonsense that's already come out, like the Ninja Turtles, the Green Dragons, the farting unicorns, the smile emojis, all that bullshit, right? We've seen all of it. Well, over on detonated.com, I'll put a link to it down there in the description, they have a listing for every single bundle that has come out so far for Black Ops 6. And so what I did is I went through and I counted every single one of them, along with all of their prices, and the results are absolutely absurd here, guys. So in the 6 months that Black Ops 6 has been out, Activision have released 138 total bundles that can be purchased with COD points. Now, this does not include the CDL bundles, of which I think there's like 12 different CDL bundles or something like that. And it also does not include the Call of Duty endowment bundles or the starter packs or anything like that. Like, we're just talking straight up 138 total bundles that can only be purchased with COD points. Now, adding up the price of all these bundles, in total they cost 283,330 COD points, which translates to $2,833. Now, of course, this price would go down if you buy your COD points $100 at a time, but still, nearly $3,000 worth of bundles have dropped in 6 months' time, and with there being 138 total of these bundles, that means that on average, Activision is pumping out 23 fucking bundles a month. Ladies and gentlemen, how absurd is that? 23 bundles a month. Like, this is a full-price AAA game that is part of one of the most recognizable franchises in gaming history, and they're pumping it full of bundles like it's free-to-play slop. Like, is that how Activision views the COD franchise anymore? Just straight up slop to throw bundles in? Like, no wonder everybody's leaving the game. The matchmaking makes every match feel terrible. We go weeks, sometimes months with no updates. The developers are completely radio silent. They never speak to the community. We never have any idea what's going on or what they're working on, and they're putting new shop bundles full of stupid skins into the game pretty much every single day. I mean, 30 days in a month, 23 bundles a month. That's freaking absurd, dude. Like, Call of Duty doesn't feel like a video game at this point. It feels more like a storefront, a shop, if you will, and Activision are out here wondering to themselves, man, how come people keep leaving the COD franchise? We're giving them what they want, aren't we? Our data shows that people love shop bundles, and skill-based matchmaking is great for the game. And the worst part is, they're actually sort of right. Now, skill-based matchmaking, they're absolutely wrong about that. It's been bad ever since its first inception. It's a terrible thing for the franchise, and you'll never be able to convince me otherwise. But in spite of all the game's problems, people are in fact still out here buying these AI slot bundles like they're freaking candy, and that's why Activision continues to push new ones out each and every day. The Call of Duty franchise is in a sad state of affairs, ladies and gentlemen, and based on what we know right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to get better anytime soon. But I did want to share with you guys those shop numbers, because when I added everything up, like literally I went through manually and counted and added everything, my mind was blown, man, and I'm sure most of your minds were pretty freaking blown as well. And unfortunately, that's pretty much going to do it for this video here today. We did get that footage showing off wall running, which may or may not be accurate to COD 2025, but given Call of Duty's track record, we are pretty close to the official reveal of the game. If you look back, last year they revealed Black Ops 6 in late May and in early June, and with COD 2025 also being developed by Treyarch, I imagine they're going to follow a very similar marketing schedule this time around. So once we learn more, I of course will keep you guys posted with a brand new video, but for right now, that's it for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Be sure to sub if you guys are new around here. Thank you all so much for listening and for your continued support of my channel, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Good job, CDP. Mission reassignments inbound.
Hardly a challenge.